Welcome everybody here to your broadcast of the joinDOTA MLG Pro League. I hope you're looking forward to some Southeast Asian Dota because that's exactly what we have available for you right now. Let's go into the draft as these guys, I'm finding myself casting them more and more. Team Underminer, the team which is stepping up the plate today for this broadcast, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to perform today. As far as the Pro League of Asia goes, Underminer, they've only played one series so far, obviously both their games yesterday, and that was a 1-1, so they got themselves a draw for their first series. Arcanys Gaming is their opponent for also today, and they are 0-2 so far, so they're looking to finally get some points on the board. For all the details, go to joinDOTA.com/leagues, or you can just use the navigation bar at the top of the page to navigate your way to freedom. Yeah, but these guys, they do not muck around with their drafts. There's like little to no delay when it comes to the drafting phase of at least Team Underminer, but it looks like Arcanys Gaming are the ones who are not burning any of their reserve time today, hence such a quick rush start at the very beginning. But we do have Naga, Axe being taken out, SF as well as Wisp. SF really rising to popularity as far as the scene goes, and we can blame probably a lot of that on Team Secret recently with TC's performances as that Shadow Fiend. And the Axe, well, he's the turnaround kind of great kind of hero. It's the control that goes through the immunity. That's what it's all about for him, so you want to remove him. And the Naga Siren's just something which Team Underminer have just been continuously banning out, so by no surprise, he will be removed, or she will be removed in the first stage. And they've almost finished the draft now, so let's just see how their compositions go. So Brewmaster, Jugger, Skywrath, as well as Viper. I'm going to say two heroes who are difficult to kill off, the Viper as well as the Brewmaster. Viper, obviously, corrosive skin, fantastic thing. You normally throw him in towards the mid lane, especially when you feel like you're going to have an unfavorable matchup. The Viper is like the perfect guy that can hold the ground. Normally looks for some really good smoking, ganking heroes that can come in and win the lane for him. So it's going to be important that Skywrath Mage has someone he can combo with. The Brewmaster pickup as well, a very difficult hero to pick off if you do not have a silence. Right now, Orchid will be the only thing which Arcanys Gaming would be able to get into, and that would come from the Queen of Pain. Troll Warlord going in a man fight up against the Brewmaster, probably not the greatest thing in the world. Oh, I like that pickup. I actually really like that pickup in this game. Yeah, but the Brewmaster pickup, he's not too bad up against the Broodmother, because Broodmother spawns Spiderlings. It's just a pain in the ass. Skywrath Mage is the reason why I like it, because he can't do anything against the Broodmother. The Broodmother's just going to send a couple of Spiderlings in there. Once the Soul Ring is up, the Skywrath Mage cannot sit behind the tier 1 tower in the top lane without forfeiting his life. This is where I feel a major problem is going to be coming the way here of Team Underminer. So their second hero needs a way to clear off the Broodmother. This is an essential kind of thing, but like, it's a support hero, so what are you really going to be picking up that can help push back a Broodmother? Like, the only way you can get around this is if you just have mass push yourself. I don't know if you want to go like a Chen style of build. The Enigma for me would probably be one of the greatest heroes you can get in this game. The Midnight Pulse, the range is massive, and that is one way where you can also make sure the Broodmother can't hide inside the tree line, mainly because you destroy all the trees, but it gives you the pushing power which can combine with the Juggernaut. The Healing Ward is basically the enabler in that lane that I'm searching for, which can help with the push into the towers. The Lion will be the final ban out here by Team Underminer. So maybe a little concerned about the control which can be done against the Brewmaster. And a Sand King. Okay, that would actually would have been better than the Enigma. That would have given them initiation, it would have given them a stun on the Broodmother. The Epicenter is fantastic during fights, as always. And the Sandstorm is a casual way. You could have just pushed the Broodmother back with a support hero. So, very smart ban coming in as the 5th. As far as Arcanys Gaming goes, Troll, Co-op, as well as Brood should be the 3 cores in this game. The Queen of Pain will actually push towards the bottom lane. We saw that 2 days ago, actually, during a broadcast, where she just sat in the bottom lane. The Shadow Strike was able to give her a massive advantage, because it just pushed the enemy hero who was immediately back. And there was nothing much that could be done about it. Hence, the Queen of Pain is a really great laner. She always has been. But more importantly, when you give her the safe lane, you get a very quick Orchid, or you get a very quick first item coming out from her, which she then rotates around and starts to kill with. Troll Warlord He probably, though, will be on the bottom lane in this game, and they'll put the co-op towards the middle lane. Queen of Pain doesn't really want to go up against the Viper, but Troll Warlord definitely doesn't want to go up against the Viper. There's too many ways that Troll Warlord could potentially die. And Underminer, if they really want to go for this, the Vengeful Spirit was obviously already picked up, so they need some other stunner that can work with the Skywrath Mage. Urshick will do the job. Queen of Pain, if she is in that middle lane, will just blink herself away, but if that Troll's in the mid, then the gank potential against the Troll is quite good with the Earthshaker and the Skywrath Mage together. It also means the top lane is a nice combination where the Fissure block, you got Earthshaker, whose Echo Slam is a nice, like, if Broodmother sends all the Spiderlings in as well, he's going to mop that one up. So, getting a lot of momentum with the Broodmother can't be turned against them by the Earthshaker. We are still, however, sitting at the problem for the Dire side, where they don't have a proper clearance for the Broodmother. I don't know if Juggernaut's already feeling in the mood to go for something like a Maelstrom. It's going to be difficult, in my mind, for Underminer to deal with the Broodmother if she gets even a half-decent start to this game. The last pickup will be a Rubik. A lot of great ability to steal. Viper will always give Viper Strike. That's just the perils of a Viper, but having all the abilities of Skywrath Mage as well as Earthshaker, the only thing you don't want is his totem. And even then, I think you'd be okay with that. Everything else that Underminer can give to Rubik is absolutely beautiful. So I want to see a lot of space for Legendary in the lane. Not seeing one of these sacrifice Rubiks kind of thing. I prefer to see that from the Vengeful Spirit. She is, out of all the heroes which are on the field, the words putting in my mouth to make sentences which don't come with musical tones. She's the one that could sacrifice herself without really hampering what she brings to the game. The VS is kind of like Magic Missile. Sure, if you got higher levels up in Wave of Terror, as well as Vengeance Aura, these are fantastic things. But if you don't, then you still aren't really going to be crying over spilt milk. It's a VS. She's meant to be sacrificing herself. So I'm okay with that. Alright, into the game we go. So, offlane Broodmother, no surprise there. Bok will be playing that one, and he is going in as quick as he possibly can to that Soul Ring build. That'll put the Queen of Pain in towards the middle lane, and they will put the Vengeful Spirit just hovering around for now, but he'll end up down on that bottom lane eventually. Kudo will be the Troll Warlord down here on the bottom lane as well, and that will put the Rubik into the bottom lane too. So he'll be making sure that Brewmaster can't come close. He already got the Observer Ward down. Brewmaster planted his before, and in a really unusual position. This is not a ward which, like, it doesn't make sense to plant. And the reason why I'm saying it doesn't make sense to plant is because when you stand at your tower, you're going to see out to this area anyway. So you don't really care about seeing that far out. You do not see the bottom ward. Even if this tree gets removed, you still do not see this bottom ward. The range is not long enough for it. And it's still going to be dewarded. If you're looking to deward this one, or you look for the ward which might be planted over on the side, if you really thought he was going to put one in the lane, or the one which sits down here, you're still going to put your sentry ward smack bang here, which is going to take out this ward. The only thing which you'd struggle to do is having to walk to the right side just so you could then see the ward. Like, that's the only thing. So yeah, I'm a little confused about this ward. I'm interested to see if it's going to do something absolutely amazing, which will make me eat my words. Either way, I'm going to watch that very, very closely. It's a defensive trial lane, a full defensive trial lane as well on the bottom. The 200 runes, we had Rubik as well as Viper pick those little suckers up. So Rubik, he's already got boots first and moving towards that level 2, which is great for him. But Viper, more importantly for him, means he's going to be able to pick up that bottle a lot sooner rather than later. And he already went for the Wraith Band, a lot of extra consumables. So this Shadow Strike won't do anything. In fact, the Queen of Pain, knowing he's going up against the Viper, didn't even level up Shadow Strike. So what he's leveled up here is Blink. Now, I think the only thing you could question is the fact he's already skilled it. Because you could be using your Scream to try and find this early farm to get to your own bottle. Because Queen of Pain also went for the Null Talisman, which means you do have a delay. You need to find that CS before you're really capable of getting over-aggressive against the Viper. But and the reason why I think he did skill up the Blink, okay, I'm going to throw that completely out the window because I'm now seeing he's leveled up Shadow Strike. Okay. If you get a harass from level 1, you get Shadow Strike. And there's no real reason to bypass it because you're not going to get Corrosive Skin at level 1, more than likely. but saving up for the blink in case like maybe there's a lot of a poison attack or someone like Earthshaker was roaming in with an invis rune or something like that. I'll give you your escape mechanism. And I'm worried that Hendrik now has to put himself into the mindset of I'm in a lot of trouble in middle lane. I have to keep backed up at the moment. This is my only thing I can do because he went Shadow Strike. What I thought he might be trying to do is go for the higher points up in the Scream. So you're able to have Scream as well as your blink all ready to go. You get high points up. Oh, J and Y. Whoop, lol, drag back. I think he attempted it. It just, like, that clip doesn't work the way it used to anymore. But I would have thought you'd be going into, and now he actually goes for the second point up in the Shadow Strike. So this is his way of battling up against the Viper. Now, Viper really should just put a value point up into Corrosive Skin. He's put 2 points over into the poison attack at the moment, but the fact that you do have magical damage coming out from the Shadow Strike means you want to kind of have the Corrosive Skin, and the fact that Corrosive Skin keeps ticking every single time the Shadow Strike ticks. So you do revenge damage into the Queen of Pain. That's kind of what I was working towards with my points until I just distracted myself. So top lane with the Broodmother, you can actually start to purchase up even part of that Soul Ring already, be it the regeneration. He's just busy microing. The sentry was in the perfect position from Boys. Able to see Bok when he does come in close. Rubik now with a pickup, throw down with the sting. Man, that's actually some really good slow. With the Fade Bolt damage, Viper, well, bottle charges. He's going to have almost enough to survive, but not quite enough. So the Invis Rune gets the kill. Meanwhile, up on top lane, the Juggernaut has been able to find himself a kill over on that Broodmother. He didn't even have to use much at all. It's not even a spin right there. So Broodmother must have made a bit of a mistake. Skywrath Mage only has Concussive Shot as well as the Orb, so he must have really come in close. While on bottom lane, Brewmaster now brawling up against that Troll Warlord. Slowly ticking him down with just basic attacks, but not getting any of the crits he was searching for. Without any points up in Drunken Haze, he can't really slow him down either or win in the mist battle. And Rubik's going to try and make this as difficult as possible for him as he leaves. But with a Stout Shield as well as Drunken Brawler, Rubik just hits like kittens. There's not a lot he can do. He's going to drag him back again, though. Let's put him into a... Okay, now you actually found the person who does hit properly. Vengeful Spirit with the stun. Ended up getting the last hit for that, but it was the Queen of Pain coming in with the 2 points up in the Scream that gave you your burst damage, and the Shadow Strike makes it almost impossible to run away. Maybe that's what you're searching for as well with the second point up of the Shadow Strike. Just that double, like, plussing 50% of the movement slow. So going from 20 to 30% in the movement slow. Really punishing poor position when you have that those higher points. It just sacrifices your burst damage scaling. So instead of having a potentially level 7 4 points up in Scream and your Sonic Wave, even though you normally wait a little bit longer so you get a mana pool to support that kind of expenditure, you just go for something a little bit more stable. Okay, 4 heroes. And they are moving for victory right now. The rotations have been perfect. The Queen of Pain, sure, she spent a lot of time out of middle lane, and Viper's finding a lot of space for that, but they are punishing the other lanes. The Brewmaster is not going to get anything in this game. He's 0 for 2. He's got no way to stay close in the lane. But probably the bigger problem for him is there's no second option for the Brewmaster. Like, what's he going to do? He's going to go to his own jungle? Like, that's not a place the Brewmaster really wants to find himself in. But he can't stay on the bottom lane. With the control from Rubik as well as Vengeful Spirit, he's going to die every single time. He's still only level 2 with a Stout Shield and, okay, 6 stick charges, yay. But there's a reason why he hasn't used the salves, because he keeps dying so quickly and he can't do anything about it. So you got a big push coming on the bottom lane with Catapult behind it. He'll drag the creep wave back, and right now he's just happy he's soaking up experience more than anything else. But getting boots, even boots is a challenge. Like, you think about 5 minutes in, okay, when's our Blink Dagger coming up on a Brewmaster? But he's so far away from that's Fairy World right there if he can get to it. Meanwhile, Broodmother, actually having himself a Ring of Basilius. Not quite sure if that was really intentional. He's got to turn Don, so he's wanting the wave to push underneath the tower. That's not really a problem for a Juggernaut who's got phase boots. And Broodmother might think about throttling this lane a little bit more, because you don't want to try and battle up next to the tower. I know as a Broodmother you can kind of walk anywhere you want to. But this kind of stuff can happen, where the creep wave just pushes back down again. Juggernaut goes and farms in the jungle. And then, I'm sure you're going to find experience down here. Okay, he's actually going to find the last hits too, and now the creep wave's in a really good position for himself. I thought he was going to lose complete control of this lane and he'll kick back up again. And Juggernaut, you're actually really struggling for your DPS. We're praying for some crits here. The healing wall is doing some decent work, but it's still only a level 1. He went to 3 points up on the crit. This was something too that Underminer actually did yesterday too. Because they ran the Juggernaut yesterday or 2 days ago. I honestly can't remember. I'm in a little bit of a state of shock with my body. I thought it was a really great idea to switch my body clock around. Doesn't change like it used to. And they're spidling army. The Fidge is going to push it back, and now Broodmother's going to be a little bit careful about feeding too much money over. They TP more supporting because saw the Rubik coming through the rear. As the Spiderlings also move forward, they're hoping that the Skywrath Mage will come out and try and fight this. And Skywrath Mage has no intention of leaving that tower or leaving, like, the vision area. That would have been really cool if it did pay off for the Rubik rotation. But it doesn't. It did force out a TP, so like nothing is really lost here for Arcanys. Is that Broodmother going in again? It's a dire sentry was. Yeah, he knows his Spirelings are visible there. In fact, especially when they take damage, he definitely knows it. And the Juggernaut tries to battle. It's like bottom lane. Troll Warlord able to kill off that Brewmaster again. He's still on level 4. And pushing down the tower. The Fish is already gone, so nothing more should happen on that bottom lane. I'm just waiting for that Juggernaut to get Semele caught out here.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Well, Broodmother will probably need a little bit more help before he's able to get anything from that. Troll Warlord looks like he's building into a Vladimir's offering at this point. So they might be looking at a very early Roshan. Queen of Pain being sealed up. Viper Strike. This should be the death of the Quap. The one charges will not keep him alive. He did make it to the trees, but it's not safe in the trees. Not when you're poisoned up with some deadly disease like that. Troll Warlord, he's got to go into those whirling axes. He's got enough damage to easily kill off that Brewmaster and push back the Earthshaker. And this Troll, he's just such a an OP hero at the moment. With also lifesteal behind him, he'll win any one-on-one duel that comes his way. Even if they commit that level 1 Omnislash at the moment. I suppose Juggernaut does have crit in his own lifesteal, so maybe Juggernaut could potentially take the one-on-one fight. But they would need, like, Viper Strike plus somebody else if they didn't have that Juggernaut. So, not the easiest of tasks put before them. So, Juggernaut himself. Is he just going to go into a Vladimir's? Like, no, what am I saying? It should be Mask of Madness more than anything else. Let's look for that nice, quick damage. Speaking of high damage, it's the DD on the Viper being picked up, thrown back down again. Sonic Wave. The Sting will come out, just making sure there's no Viper Strike. It was still on cooldown there for 10 more seconds. And now the Seal, well, it's over on the Queen of Pain, but she's got nothing left apart from a Scream. And that wouldn't have been enough damage to kill off the Skywrath Mage. Would have dropped him close, but not enough to get the kill. He's definitely hoping for another jump point. Juggernaut. You're really not good at cleaning up these broodlings. Like, the second you try, you might kill 1, you might kill 2, but you have to commit spin. And if you're committing spin to try and kill off broodlings, you're just getting hit by the 4 points up in the spawn spiderlings. And Broodmother's finding a lot of cash up here on the top lane. Now also having that Hand of Midas. Alright, he doesn't see the Skywrath Mage. Now he will. Back into Envious inside the webs. The dust can be triggered as well. The Spiderlings just try and chase down the Skywrath Mage. Now 38 life points. They will be able to get that pickup on the Broodmother. And Skywrath should be very happy he's able to survive that one. Did the right choice. Maybe not the perfect choice. If one more Spiderling was on his tail, he would have been dead. That's the reason why he did trigger the smoke. The Spiderlings weren't actually chasing, so he didn't need to at the end of the day. But he doesn't know that. Only we do. Nice quick Roshan. So it's just a casual Morbid Mask. It's not going into a Vlad's or anything like that. So Vlad's also didn't make sense when you're walking around with a Ring of Aquila. So he can make that a Helm of the Dominator later on if he wants to. Nice little thing to get yourself a new aura creep. But it also increases your damage and obviously your survivability, because it gives you basic regeneration and armor. Helm of the Dominator for me is still one of the greatest items you can get. If you get the timing right for the stack. He only got one of them. But he got one of them. It was worth a try to go for 2. Now, this Brewmaster has level 6 on the top lane. Problem is, though, his items are so poor that he collapsed once and he doesn't have mana to really do anything. So even if he does have split leveled up, he can't use the damn thing. So if Brewmother wants to, he can get really over-aggressive up against the Brewmaster. You already got the 1 point up in the bite, so you can battle in that front, and it won't be long until you get a point up as well into that insatiable hunger. And then you can just steal your life points back again from the brew. And you get a lot of spiderlings there. Goes for the clap, and Brewmaster just trying to farm this up for now. But you'll see just how fast the spiderling's going to heal up. Looks like middle lane. Gonna TP out. VS, nice swap. Ensures the kill over on the Viper. Brought another 3 heroes in here to try and stop this. Really, this tier 1 tower is toast. We've got no way to fight. The Earthshaker can't get in close. Looks like the Earthshaker's also saving up to go for Arcane Boots at the moment. He'll probably want to get a Blink Dagger, but they've got no way to reveal the spy, like, Broodmother up in the top lane or what? Like, okay, the sentry was there, so he sees the Broodmother coming in. And Broodmother, well, there's your bite. Slow him down, in comes the spawn spiderlings, and that's an easy kill. The Queen of Pain rotated up to try and help out, but it really wasn't even necessary. So the Broodmother is just capable of creep skipping this out. He already has a Radiant Creep Wave with him. And they'll just kill off the tier 1 tower. So this is the last outer tier 1 tower as well of Underminer. And there's just no problems whatsoever for the Radiant side at the moment. They should be so far, yeah, they're so far ahead in the net worth as well as experience. The draft is just perfect. Like, the Rubik last pickup was really nice as well. They knew what they needed to do. They did it perfectly. The Brewmaster got nothing on the off lane. Underminer, really, in this draft, it kind of felt for me they got greedy. They tried to get a lot of heroes which would be able to survive, and if they got levels, then they're going to be really, really good. But you're not going to find the levels on the lanes. Cop is a fantastic laner. The Troll Warlord is just crazy laner. And this Rubik rotating in. Brewmaster actually has to split straight away. The Viper Strike's going to go. He's got the stick charges and he's going to go for the split. He was said if he didn't, as Rubik, he doesn't have a point up in Nullfield, so there's going to be no extra resistance against that. So they kill off the Rubik, but the Brewmaster split was baited, and now Troll wants to get a town on the Juggernaut. Drops the healing ward. Dangerous thing to do when you got a Troll Warlord there. He's also walking around with the Aegis the Immortal, so he doesn't really care at the moment. The Wave of Terror trying to remove the armor. I say trying, successful doing so. And Troll's going to back up. The Omni Slash is also still available, but so is VS Swap. And that's done, so he can sacrifice himself if really required. But while you're committing multiple heroes, multiple core heroes, I say cores. Yeah, cores, that's right. To the bottom lane. You've got the Broodmother who's continuously pushing up the top, continuously finding huge amounts of money because he's got the Hand of Midas running as well. And the Troll Warlord's just got so much cash anyway, it doesn't really matter. Queen of Pain with an Invis rune, they got sentries down. And Quap moves into the tree lines. He's out of range of the sentry. And that's probably a good thing, the fact that this Earthshaker is so far out in the top. So they'll kill off the Earthshaker. That's why Queen of Pain moved up towards the top and away from the rest of the heroes of Underminer. But the Spiderlings reveal a lot of them. He's just going to Scream and Sonic Wave whoever he can find. The Skywrath Mage is the easiest one. Sting, Scream, Sonic, and that's the Skywrath Mage dead. He'll actually tick out from this, and yeah, correctly done by the Brewmaster. Just denies him up. But a kill is a kill. Even if you don't get the extra points for a Viper, I don't know what he's doing here. They dropped the Fissure. That was actually Legendary's Fissure,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
which he stole from the Earthshaker.
Dire's
This
top
game is I don't want to say the words to begin with O and with ends with the. But right now there's just no answer. If this Earthshaker was closer towards a Blink Dagger, then maybe I could say there's some counter initiation potential. If the Juggernaut wasn't building, he kind of has to. Like, the Battle Fury will let him farm up the Spiderlings, but right now I don't think it will even matter because the Orchid's going to be there instead. And Brewmaster, oh wow, did he really? Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Brewmaster's going to get the split off. The Seal's over on the Rubik. They've got to kill him off straight away. That was actually a really critical kill right there because Rubik had already stolen Brewmaster's split. it was also at that point that the Rubik really shouldn't have delayed in using it. He picked it up, saw the Skywrath Mage coming in, and then instantly should have just split, taken the advantage, ensured the kill, and potentially gone for more. But that was a huge mistake by the Brewmaster. He should be clapping inside the base right now. Always use an ability after coming out of Brewmaster split. Always. Where's your... Oh, he doesn't have the Orchid yet. I'm like, it's not in your stash anymore, but it's not in the hero. It's coming out in the courier. And once that Orchid's up for Bok, he's just going to murder whoever he can find. Observers and sentries, but that's not going to reveal out the smoked heroes. Troll Warlord now making his way up. They're using the courier to do the dewarding. As now in they come. What do we go stolen again? It was again, he really didn't use anything until that clap, which he just did, but then Brewmaster ulti stolen. The Juggernaut's going to go down. The Earthshaker sent up and towards the air from the Rubik Brewlings, and they bring it back down again so they can get the quick pickup. And moving over, the Viper. Well, Viper Strike's not really stopping anything. 14-5 on the board. They're losing heroes left, right, and center. The only upside right now for Underminer is the fact they're so low level that the spawn time is low. This is kind of it. I'd like to say there's a brighter side to the whole shebang, but you're just about to lose your last remaining outer tower. The advantage is stretching over 14k, almost 12k in the experience as well. You got a full BKB, which is only 200, 300 gold away from a Troll Warlord. What else have we already got? Well, we already knew the Broodmother had the Orca, but she's up to 2.6k gold now as well on this Broodmother. And that's a Broodmother who also died twice. What we got from the Rubik? Arcanes earn and 1500 gold. The Blink deck can be coming his way sometime soon. You got a Medallion over on the VS, which means next time Roshan spawns, which is 45 seconds potentially away, then you kind of got the quickest Roshan of your life. Combining with Troll ulti. And I think Underminer are coming down here. They have to know the timer of Roshan. Well, they should know the timer of Roshan. At the same time, they might also want to be more aware about the fact that Cloud, like sure, he's pushing out the bottom lane. Who are they going to find? It's a Vengeful Spirit. This is actually going to be a really nice kill for... Oh, Fissure. Man, they waited. They waited so long, but that's not enough damage. The one charge is the V there. That was only a concussor shot. That wasn't an orb attack. And now up on top lane. Well, the Troll ulti's already gone, so Bok, with the Orchid, he's just going to pop the Brewmaster. He knew the Orchid was going to do the rest of the work, so he didn't have to come any further up. As Queen of Pain, it's a Shadow Strike currently on the Earthshaker. If she blind screams this, I know why she's not coming in. It's that Juggernaut Omnislash at level 2. There's no reason to play with that level of fire. Cloud, however, has to run all the way back to base, because their top lane's just going to get sieged. They need his cleave from the Battle Fury to stop this push on the top lane. But while he moves away, the Queen of Pain is now just going to push out the bottom. He's already got a casual point booster too, so looks like we're just going to go for an Aghanim Scepter build. It could also just be stats, knowing you're far enough ahead that you can just get some extra points up. So there's no real risk of anything with this build. Especially after you've already got the Yule Scepter. Is that VS stunning a creep in that? Yeah, it is. He's just farming with Magic Missile. And we got a 4-staff being built. Basically got the cash for it. That poor little Dire Courier. Rubik just going to go straight to the split. Must have been coming off cooldown. But yeah, really. That Brewmaster has to be so much more aware of his split and the ability to steal it. Especially when you're not going even Drunken Haze. So what do we get stolen now? We got a Healing Ward. Okay, that cleave just did some nice work. They've gotten some good cash. They killed off the Broodmother army. That quick Roshan I was talking about, it's happening again. -10 on the armor of Roshan. They just slice through him like hot butter. That BKB on the Troll and the S&Y. So much money, this Troll Warlord. Like, his cash is through the roof. The gold per minute's rapidly approaching 700. You got to pick up and throw back over on this Brewmaster. The Rubik, man, they're committing so much to kill off the Rubik, which means now they got nothing left to try and fight the Troll who moves in from the side. They've killed off the Skywrath Mage. The Sting over on the Brewmaster. He's still got the split available, but the Orchid slowing him down. Is there going to be a bash in the middle of all of this while he tries to go for the split? Man. Nice little send up. That Earthshaker still has his ulti available. Let it go! Well, he did,
Dire's
but the effect was negligible. With that BKB already over on the Troll Warlord and just the life points over on the rest of the Radiant side. And the damage is just nothing.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Now the tier 3 tower is going to go down. They will be taking mid melee racks as well. With that ultimate, the battle trance, they just go to absolute town on these buildings. And Brewmaster, well, there's your split going to go. Into the Mystic Flare, the Vengeful Spirit tanks up a lot of it, but they've already killed off the Fire Brewling. He's only got the Earth Brewling left. There's not even protection with that ultimate. The swap power of the Skywrath Mage making sure he can't get himself away. Brewmaster's back into his normal form. That was the best thing that could have happened to him right then, because all of his Brewlings were dying so quick. He jumps in, goes for the clap, and maybe they have enough. No, they don't. The VS is still living through all of this, while the Broodmother, with his own fresh BKB, is diving under the buildings. He has to back up, the dust will be used, and they're going to be finally killing off this Broodmother. That's worth a lot of money going into the Viper. But you've also just lost your mid-racks. And we're 22 minutes into the game, you're up against a Broodmother. You might have got a lot of money, the Viper did for it. But he also bought back. Did Troll even die? No, he didn't. Surprised the Troll actually didn't stick around a little bit longer. That wasn't what Legendary wanted. Yeah, but the fact that Troll still got the Aegis, the Immortal, he's only 2 minutes in, or 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the duration of it. So he's got a little bit more time to play around here. What is he? Oh, he's building a Skadi. He's actually got the entire Skadi. This is 23 minutes in Troll with 16k net worth. He's 705. The swap out, and the Earthshaker just gets munched up. The VS will end up stealing the kill here. I think the Troll Warlord can actually, at this point, he can't 1v5. Just because I think the damage will be enough, and a Viper Strike will kite him too much. But then again, the Viper Strike is, okay, it's level 2. So it's not too bad. Duration's a standard 5.1 anyway, but it's... he's just able just to win everything from range or melee. It's a crazy combo for him, for any kind of hero to have. And Viper Strike again now being stolen. If any hero gets caught by that, by Underminer, they're dead. Just because Troll's going to pounce on them. This Queen of Pain gave enough momentum towards the top lane. Got the full Aghanim Scepter done, almost level 16. So with that level 3 ultimate plus the Aghanim Scepter upgrade to it, every fight's going to be a world of hurt coming the way of Underminer. More than what there already is. Fissure going to block up the Troll Warlord, and now Queen of Pain just jumps in, stings up the Earthshaker, slows him down, pick up over on the Juggernaut. There goes your Brewmaster split, but Troll Warlord just comes down. Fire Brilling to start with. They've already killed the Storm one, and they just killed the Brewmaster in pieces. The Viper getting swapped back in again by the Vengeful Spirit, and that is GG. 24 minutes in. Technically, this game was GG around the 10 to 12 minute mark. So, yeah, it was just because of the way they ran this lineup. The Radiant side were just able to push in, and they won this a lot earlier than potentially it could have been stalled out to. Because you still had a little bit of defensive nature on the high ground, but yeah. They had no real counter push up against the Broodmother. What are you meant to do? Your two support heroes don't do anything. The Earthshaker, I also don't really understand the point of that one either. In this game, I would have preferred to see something more like a Disruptor pickup. That would have done a lot more work. The Thunderstrike's really good for cleaning off those little Spiderlings if your Broodmother's not quick on the micro. And you've got the ability to then control the Queen of Pain or potentially counter-initiate with that glimpse into Kinetic Field as well as Static Storm. Like, that's kind of like the combination. They would have been a lot better. Also, not giving over the Brewmaster ultimate 2 times in a row to the Rubik would have been a better thing as well. For now, we'll have ourselves a short break. We'll be coming back here for game number 2 of this 2-game series. Let's see how the result will be. Will we have a 2-0 or will it be drawn up? Stay tuned. We'll be back.